First lane, bang! He is hard to believe. Here's Troy. Let me take a 360 turn with the ripple. He's underneath the Wendy. Slam dunk. Corner, double fake.
What's going on, guys? Welcome to Dime Dropper, episode 41 of our 24-minute recaps. Before we get started, please make sure to subscribe on YouTube at Dime Dropper Podcast. Make sure to follow us on Spotify, subscribe on Apple Podcasts, and of course, to follow us on social media at Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook at Dime Dropper Pod. So for tonight's episode, we're going to keep it shorter and sweeter. Two games that I watched tonight, the Atlanta Hawks and the New York Knicks, and the Clippers against the Miami Heat. The Nets and Warriors and Wizards were also in action tonight. I'll be trying to bring you as much as I can see tomorrow about that. I'll be going live earlier tomorrow after the Laker game. Even though the Nets and Suns are playing, I will not be going live after that game. So I'll be going live after the Laker game tomorrow at around 7:30 Pacific, 10:30 Eastern. But let's get into tonight's game. I heard today that the Clippers were going to be as shorthanded as we've been all season long. No Batum, no Zubas, no Batum, no Kawhi, no Paul George, no Patrick Beverley. And Patrick Beverley was just said to be out because of rest. They don't, want to overwork him. He's pretty injury prone. He has been for like his whole career. Kawhi, that leg contusion. I really hope it's not that bad and that he's going to be able to play against Utah. And maybe that's what they were saving them for. But, going up against the Miami Heat team, you don't expect to win with those kind of, injuries or that shorthanded. But again, we know we're going to get that energy from this team. And that's what's amazing is I know I'm going to get that energy basically every night. I know I'm going to get communication. I know I'm going to get a full-fledged effort to be great. And because of that, you got guys like Terrence Mann coming in, making a difference. You got Lou Williams playing with confidence. And Serge Ibaka, I thought, was really setting the tone for us in ways tonight. We were down just like last night. We were down 7-0. Serge Ibaka comes out, hits a pick and pop jumper, and then he has 2 offensive rebounds over Bam Adebayo and scores 5 points off of them, which keeps us level. And we were pretty much level the entire, all the way through 3 quarters. And the reason being, even though we took a 7-point lead at one point, Marcus Morris Sr. for 3. How many times did I say that tonight? Oh my God. Senior splashing 3 after 3 after 3. The man's just been electric this season. He's just been fantastic. He was, just fantastic. And he's been even better since Paul George went down. And he was great tonight. 26 points in the first half. 32 points in the game, 11 of 15 from the field, 6 of 8 from 3 for Senior. That was incredible. And, I saw some Heat fans tweeting about this, how Marcus Morris Sr. was close to going to the Miami Heat this summer because they lost Jay Crowder. And boy, oh boy, could they have used him because Olynyk right now is completely not cutting it. He's not good enough to start. He just literally chucks and does nothing on defense and rebounding. Marcus Morris Sr. was just unreal tonight. Thought Lou Williams was really solid in the first half, but he was even better in the second half. Overall, I thought that we were just competing. The fact that we were close at half and then close in the third quarter. Jimmy Butler was trying really hard. Bam was trying hard, but the Clippers' offense was just so good that we didn't really let the Heat overtake us at any point. And the guy that really made the difference tonight, the Brewmaster, Amir, build me up coffee cup, baby. Oh my God, where did that come from? This man was hitting threes like he was Kyle Korver off the bench. Splashing 3 after 3 after 3. I mean, where did that come from? And Coffee plays good defense. 15 points on 5 of 7 from the field, 5 of 6 from 3. Brian Seaman was having an absolute field day in commentary. That dude, I think he gets a half chub every time Amir Coffee comes in the game because that man has so many puns for days. You got to give him credit, man. He gets creative with those. But Amir Coffee, what a lift he was. Terrence Mann's going to be doing his thing, making the right plays. He sees a mismatch, he passes there. The ball needs to be swung, he passes. Getting offensive rebounds, taking the tough assignments, guarding Jimmy Butler for a large portion of the game. Terrence Mann is becoming a guy that we can't take out of this rotation anymore, guys. We really shouldn't take this guy out of the rotation. He's been just brilliant. And in the second half, it was quieter from Serge and better from Zoo. A couple mismatches, and Lou and Terrence Mann did a good job of feeding them. He hit some jump hooks. You know how much I love it when I see big guys hit jump hooks. And then after that, he was just running the floor, being found, dunking hard. I love that Zoo always dunks with authority. Running the floor, rolling hard, finishing around the basket, and then more importantly, playing good defense in pick and roll. There was some games like Utah, for example, where Zubats had poor games in pick and roll, but today he was doing a really good job in drop coverage of showing on the guard and then recovering to Bam Adebayo, who's rolling to the basket. There was one play where he deflected a lob in the air, and then we got a steal. He ran the floor, was rewarded on the other end with a dunk. Zubats was brilliant tonight. And Kennard with 2 threes in the fourth quarter. I mean, this is the thing, guys. This is becoming next man up mentality. In the past, whenever the Clippers had these kind of injuries and this kind of, shorthanded, when we had Chris Paul and Blake Griffin missing games in the past, it was like a guaranteed loss before we even tipped every single time. For us to always know that we're going to play hard, we're going to move the ball, we're going to make the other team work. And that's the important thing. You need to make the other team work. Every team is a professional team. If you have guys moving without the basketball and moving the basketball. There was one possession today in the first half. Our ball movement was incredible. I think we got a dunk out of it. It's just, you make teams work in this league with the talent and the rules offensively. It's hard to stop guys. And when we got shooters like that, it doesn't matter if we have Kawhi or Paul George or not. You're going to have to play hard, and you're going to have to compete to play us. I wasn't looking at this from a Heat fan's perspective. If you're wondering, how did the Heat lose? Quite frankly, I don't know, and I don't care because I wasn't watching it from their perspective. I saw what great things we were doing. And you know what? If you're a Heat fan, I'll let you feel a little bit better. Amir Coffey's never done that before. This was the best game of his career. So if that makes you – and Marcus Morris Sr., this was probably his best game as a Clipper. So you guys can take accountability on that for the Heat. Maybe you think their defense should have been better. But quite frankly – we were just unbelievable, man. Unbelievable. This is the greatest Clipper team in history. I've said it earlier this season. I'm going to say it again. Tyronn Lue, if not for Quinn Snyder and Tom Thibodeau's incredible seasons, would be right in the Coach of the Year discussion. He has just been awesome. Like the way we play, how he leaves Zoo in the second half when he's playing well. He adjusts to the game plan. He has us well prepared to play every night. It's night and day from Fraud Rivers. I couldn't be happier as a Clipper fan right now. I really couldn't. The way that we're playing. We're really doing a good job of making sure that we don't just plummet every time Kawhi and Paul George don't play. So let's read the lines now. Senior already said. Lou Williams was just fantastic again, splitting pick and rolls, getting over pick and rolls and scoring, and then he was creating so well, especially to Zubats. 18 points and 10 assists for Lou. That's his second double-double in a row. He was 8 of 20. Terrence Mann, 15 points, 5 of 8 from the field, 1 of 2 from 3, 7 rebounds, 3 assists. Cannot say enough about Terrence's effort. Zoo, 22 and 8, 9 of 11, plus 14. Kennard, 10 points, 4 rebounds, 4 assists. He still had moments where I was like, shoot the damn ball, Luke. But he had our highest plus minus off the bench with plus 15. For the Heat, I thought Jimmy Butler was great. 30 points, 10 rebounds, 10 assists. So he got a triple-double, 10 of 19. Olynyk, trash, 1 of 6, 2 points, garbage. Bam Adebayo, 27, 12, and 7, 12 of 15. Kendrick Nunn, not good enough, 2 of 6, minus 17 on the court. He only had 6 points. Duncan Robinson, 3 of 11 from 3. Some of them were just not great shots. Some of them he usually makes. He finished with 13. Tyler Hero had a good game, 27 points. So they had 3 guys finish with 27 plus, and they still couldn't get the job done. Of course, they didn't have Goran Dragic. Let's not forget. We weren't the only team shorthanded. But quite frankly, I think this is more about the Clippers' great performance than the Heat having a bad game. And I think that if you didn't watch the game, you couldn't see that. But let's move on. Great win for the Clips. That's 4 wins on the bounce. And I couldn't be happier with the way we're playing right now. That is now, let's see, we move on to 21 and 8. Let's move on to the last game I'm going to talk about today. And by the way, shout out to the Suns who extended their winning streak again last night against the very crippled Orlando Magic, who were falling apart by the seams. Another great game for Devin Booker. Another great game with Frank Kaminsky starting at power forward. the Phoenix Suns are coming, man. It's just like we said in the beginning of the season. Now they're starting to hit stride, and it's because of Devin Booker really looking for a shot more. We've been saying how he's been a little too timid, a little bit too inviting to everyone. You know, he wants everybody to get comfortable, but Devin Booker is one of the best scorers in this league, and he really is truly one of the better players in this league. Now it's time for him to show it to people. Let's talk about the Hawks and the Knicks. I watched this game. Obviously, the Hawks are one of our dime dropper teams that they've come off losing 2 games in a row. No, I'm sorry. It's 3 games in a row heading into this one. And in the beginning of the game, a team that's not known for shooting threes was splashing from deep. Julius Randle, RJ Barrett, Reggie Bullock, former Clipper. They were hitting everything. Same old for the Hawks. Trae Young, pick and roll, pick and pop all day long. And they were getting good looks, but he was also missing some floaters. And that's the thing about Trae. His floater game is really overrated. Like, as I've said earlier this season, he has games where he hits them. He has games where he completely bricks them. And yeah, but the Knicks were hot. So they were just off to that good first quarter lead, 39-28, 39 points in the first quarter for the Knickerbockers. Clyde Frazier and Mike Breen on the commentary, in my opinion, the best broadcasting duo locally in the NBA. It's great always to listen to them. Always listen to the GOAT, Clyde Frazier, and see what he has to say. But second quarter, Atlanta bounced back a bit. You got a little better production off the pick and roll, pick and pops. John Collins, open threes. Capella to the basket. A little better from Cam Reddish and Kevin Huerter. And then Gallinari, he hit some tough contested threes as the game went on. So it was only a 3-point Knicks lead going into the fourth quarter. But man, that fourth quarter, Trae Young, he got contained by Derrick Rose. This was my first time watching Derrick Rose on the Knicks since obviously his last tenure with the Knicks. And he did a good job getting over screens. And everybody, I saw all these, when the Clipper fans were responding to rumors about potentially getting Derrick Rose, I saw everybody saying, oh, he's a terrible defender. But I don't know. Maybe it's just because I'm overreacting over one game. But he was looking really good on defense tonight. And when I watch him, he gets over screens and hustles. And yeah, I thought that the Hawks, especially Trae Young, just kind of flamed out again. Couldn't make shots, couldn't get shots at the end. And here's the thing, guys. It's like every single time down almost, high pick and roll, pick and pop. You know who was scoring points late in the game tonight? Cam Reddish, because he's capable. You know, Kevin Huerter didn't have a great game, but he's capable. These guys are more capable than they're letting off. Every single time down the court, pick and pop or pick and roll with Trae Young. And then so many times he baits for fouls and the game stops. This is not team basketball. This is not a formula for winning. I've been saying it for weeks now, since like the first 10 games of the season with Trae. You know, it's quite frankly, he's the reason they're not going to make the playoffs if they don't. It's no one else's fault but his. He needs to move the ball and learn how to play without it, because he's got talented players. I know DeAndre Hunter and Bogdanovic's injuries hurt big time, but there's no reason they should be losing games like this. However, we got to give the Knicks credit, man. Tom Thibodeau, as I said, easy coach of the year thus far for me, over Quinn Snyder, over Ty Lue. He's got these boys playing great defense. RJ Barrett was great, but Julius Randle was unbelievable, as he's been all season long, hitting contested threes like he was freaking Kevin Durant tonight. It was unreal. Unreal. Julius Randle, spectacular, should be a surefire all-star. And honestly, we should start considering him for most improved, because this is, who would have thought that, first of all, if the Knicks make the playoffs, I say Julius Randle most improved. I say Thibodeau, coach of the year, no question, because I predicted them to be the worst team in the East this year. And I know a lot of people probably predicted them to be in the bottom 3. For them to be playing at this level, and for Julius Randle, I know this East is pretty trash, and it's been worse than I expected because of the Heat and the Celtics. But I still believe that the Heat and the Celtics and the Nets is because of all the contact tracing and all that and all the trades and whatever. But I still believe that the Celtics and the Wizards have been really disappointing. But I still believe the Heat and the Celtics will still finish out with decent records. But even though the East is kind of bad, if the Knicks just make the playoffs, that would be such a shock. Nobody expected that. So you got to give it to them. You got to give it to Tibbs. If you can say that Julius Randle was the best player on a playoff team, doesn't matter what era and what conference, that's more than we expected of him. And for that reason alone, he deserves recognition. I saw the Jazz win today. Again, they just cannot be stopped right now, it seems. I can't stand it. But no Joel Embiid tonight. So here's the thing. Sixers fans, let me know, why did Joel Embiid not play tonight? This wasn't a back-to-back, and this hurts his MVP case, in my opinion, like missing a game when there's no back-to-back. I think it's a little weird. But another good win for the Jazz. Jordan Clarkson, 40 points. That man is absolutely running away with Sixth Man of the Year. It's not even a contest right now. But that's it, guys. I'm going to end it early tonight. We've had 24-minute lives recently. Going to go to the live subscribers now. Thanks so much. Let me know what you think. Tomorrow we'll be live at 7:30 Pacific, 10:30 Eastern time. I'll be talking about the Lakers and the Timberwolves and probably the Celtics and the Nuggets as well. And then whatever games I finish tonight, I'll try to watch the Warriors and Nets and then maybe the Wizards. I know John Wall returned to Washington, D.C., so I'm kind of interested in seeing that. Thanks so much and peace. All right, gentlemen. Very, very low attendance tonight. Very low attendance. Why? Because the Clippers are good? Is that why? Phonies. Back spasms. Okay. Unfortunate. No, I'm reading. Guys, little H, if you're new here, I read the chat after the episode. I live in Seattle, but I was born in Cali. Dime is in 941. Let's see. Yeah, Clippers took a dub. Quickly. Oh, I forgot about quickly. I should have said that. My bad. You already know. Yeah, they got nothing to troll on. What's up, Batman? What's up, J Love? Riots in LA if Clippers get past second round. Facts, bro. I'm heading to Figueroa. Yo, Dime, I saw a stat showing that 30 to 40 players this year were scoring 20 plus, and 5 years ago only 20. Any thoughts? Pace of the game, more threes, guys. Easier to score. Pace of the game, more threes, softer officiating, more space. Yeah. Guys improving their three balls as well. But yeah, more pace, more space, more softness, more threes. Less defense also, might I add. Clippers win, his team won. Clippers lose, viewers up. That's true, Simon. I just don't make enough money for it to matter yet. Oh, yeah, Tyler Hero. How was that L tonight? I say center, Harmon here, but in today's NBA, I don't know. Point guard, maybe. A lot of snow in Northeast Texas. Dime, what are the teams that are the biggest threats to the Clips? Lakers, Nets, Jazz. That's about it. I like Morris Senior, Maniac Lane, over Jay Crowder because he can create his own shot. But Jay plays better defense, man. He's a better. It depends on your team. A Discord server? I may. Remember, get on the app Sports Me, guys. Get on that app. I post some takes there sometimes. If you guys are on it and I can actually see your faces and stuff. Can you unblock me on Twitter? Okay. I keep forgetting. I don't look at my list of trash. Heater whack now. I think that's I think it's a little bit of a premature statement. They've been on a good run of form. Just took an L to a very good Clipper team. I don't know about the Jazz going to get smoked in the playoffs. Man, Blake, I have no idea. He's not going to get bought out, though. That's a lot of money to pay him. A ton. Ooh, Katie's out against the Lakers? That's a good game, man. I'm going to go with the Nets. Yo, guys, why we got to chill? We got to chill with the Kennard stuff, man. Why are we so harsh on him? He's been better than Shaman. Isn't that all we want? Don't let the price tag get to you. Although we need to, that price tag will be worth it if we get past the second round. That's all we need. Trey is so overrated. Yeah. Ref bait. Yep. Did the Celtics peak in 2018? No. I mean, I thought last year they were great. I did. No, Denver doesn't not the biggest threat. They don't have Jeremy Grant anymore, and we actually have a guy that can guard Jokic better than fucking Montrader. What's the difference between Kennard with us and Kennard with the Pistons? I feel like he's been exactly the same. No, I love Kennard. Yeah, except you know the difference, Simon? LeBron jumped ship to go team up with another champion while MJ built from within and fought back. If a team had lost 3 times in a row to the same team in today's era, they would have been leaving. So, no. LeBron, it's like if MJ went and joined the Knicks to team up with Patrick Ewing and said, let's team up together to beat these fools. Yeah, Kemba hasn't looked the same since the injury.